How's it going, guys? And welcome back for another release. This right here is the 120 efficient fusion efficient nuke 2.4 sec, and of course a button spam. And today's video I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how far this cannon can actually shoot. But before we do any of that, I quickly want to give you guys an information right here. I had to change out this right here with a trapdoor. So instead of a ladder, it's now a trapdoor, and that's because if you're shooting east and west on servers that haven't had that fixed yet, went to have TNT in the ladder and it kind of blew up. But that is all changed now, so now the cannon works on all servers regardless what jaw you have. But without further ado, let's go ahead and place this pressure plate. Now on your server you might need to hold down the button because that will not be allowed to have just that all right here with a pressure plate. If you're not allowed to have a clock, just hold down the button, but I am on my test server, so I can easily do this right here. If I can get it to work, there we go. So now it'll be shooting, and you can see how the sand is coming down here in a second. Here we go. Right here is a 120 full efficient nuke, which means that it's going to nuke every single wall. And because this one here is efficient nuke, it is also going to go through orbit like it was nothing, because the hammer itself, or this nuke hammer itself, will have to blow up before it shoots the nuke down, and that is located inside the red sand, which means that the shot is going to have like a 30 block scatter and like that blows up instantly. So unless your server has durability of obsidian over 50 or something like that, you should be pretty good to go. This right here is 2.4 sec. Now it might be a little bit more slow down here because the TPS is of course a thing right here. So the TPS is currently 20, and as you can see 18, 19 every time it shoots, so you shouldn't really see any slowdown as of right now. Since I'm the only one here, I got me involved right here, so it shouldn't really be a problem to see this. And as you can see, the TPS is just fine. So this right here should be 2.4 sec. This is how fast it's actually shooting, and you can force rate people with this because it goes through everything, and since it's every 2.4 sec, this one here is extremely fast. Now let's go ahead and go to the cannon while this right here is shooting. As you can see, it eats the sand like it was nothing. It already used over half of what we've got right here, which means we have to stop it any second now to fill it up again. But before we do that, before we fill it up, let me get rid of this trapdoor right there first of all. I quickly want to show you guys around the cannon and how it can do what it does. So this right here is one single cycle pushing out I guess 120 sand every 2.4 sec. This every 255 all the way up there, it pushes out the same amount, it's just 15 long instead. So how we do that is that we use these types of boosters right here, and we make sure that it will never blow up by putting the boosters right here. Now we could have put the boosters out here, but it would just result in it actually blowing up without actually being anything wrong with it. I guess servers sometimes just allow one sand to fall down, it's going to blow everything up, but with this system right here, it's unblowable. You cannot blow this up no matter what. Of course, we're using quick pulses right here to control when the sand goes out because it makes it so much faster. So this right here is upgraded and enhanced everything it could possibly be. 2.4 sec is the max speed this one here can go. It cannot go any faster than this no matter what you do. You'll see the start of the limit is when the sand goes in. As soon as it closes, it's 120 sand, and it always starts pushing it out. Which means we can't put more sand down before it pushes it out. So this right here is as fast as it can actually get. They're using a design that JustVape came up with a few months ago, and that is pretty much loading up the sand, the TNT, as you can see right here. So it lets the TNT down and it blocks it off from all the other TNT, which means that the explosion is not affecting anything. As you can see right here, it blows up, but nothing up here changes. That's because these pistons here allows us to stop the explosion before it goes all the way down and it starts blowing anything else up. So this way we can load up the shots, and we can actually have multiple shots loading in. You can even make it faster than this with other pistons stacking on top of each other, but this right here would be just perfect. Now you don't really need this for the power right here, and you guys made that very clear, but I do that because I don't want to have too many ticks on my power, because if you want to add only at the booster right here, you are going to need a massive amount of ticks on the power, and if you add ticks to the power, you need to add ticks to the hammer as well. But the problem is, if you add ticks to the hammer, you're going to need to add ticks to the second hammer as well. But the problem there is that if you add ticks to the second hammer, you're going to have to add ticks to the nuke as well. Just by putting these pistons in right here, we don't need ticks on the power, the hammer, or the nuke hammer, and the nuke itself. So it just makes it a lot more smooth. As you can see right here, there's not too many repeaters going all around and stuff like that. So this here makes this a lot better in my opinion. Now throughout the video, we've been shooting this cannon here, so let's go ahead and take a quick look. Now I didn't load up the wall, so we might accidentally see a wall that haven't been nuked, but I think we should be good. So this right here is what damage it can do in those small minutes that we were talking, and it's pretty far. You can see our 20 chunk limit is all the way over there, or well, it's only a few more chunks we could go, and as you can see, it's working out just fine. I think we went through around like maybe 100 walls by now, maybe a little bit more than 100 walls. And the shot is currently located right here, and it's still going strong. It can go very, very far. Actually, the last wall I made over here is where it can't go through. So that means it can go at least 35 walls, at least, because this right here is the one wall where it stops. Which probably means filters around right here is going to be an issue as well, but that's way over 20 chunks, so you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. This right here is the 20 chunk mark. As you can see, it goes past that and many more walls this way. But let's go ahead and take a look this right here to make sure it's exactly 20 chunks from the power itself, which is right here, 316. So it's pretty close. 319, 320, I'm pretty sure, is 20 chunks. But as you can see, it goes way past that. It's already going past that right now, as you can see over here. So it works just fine. There's no issues whatsoever. It can keep going for God knows how long, maybe like 40, 50 chunks. But this right here is the result. So it nukes every single wall, and I kind of left a little bit sand down there on purpose, actually, because if they're too lazy and just gen bucket the walls, leave the sand, you can actually put a tunneler right here, and you can tunnel through everything. All of these right here will be completely split again, and you will have to fix that as well. So it's actually pretty nice. Now, going back to the cannon, I did have a few people messaging me on how you would actually make sure this tank compression gets enough sand, and it's actually a pretty easy explanation. You are going to need a total of, I'm pretty sure, 4 alts to take this one out here. So you're going to need a make to platform right here, where all the alts are standing. There's standing one right there, and there's standing one right here. Then underneath it, of course, you're going to have this all the way up, as high up as possible, of course. And then you're going to need the exact same distance right here. So that's going to be around right here. And then you're going to have your other 2 walls. So it's pretty much have 2 places where it printer in. Because else this sand compression here will eat the sand faster than you can actually print it. But anyways, guys, I think that will be pretty much it for this video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, remember to like this video here. Comment down below if you have any questions, suggestions, whatsoever. And as always, guys, remember to show your support by subscribing to my channel. My name is Dexter, and I'm out.